Hello mamas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal, my husband's name is Kyle. We share this channel together and I've been doing some pregnancy videos through my pregnancy. I've been doing like major update videos on my pregnancy. So today I'm going to be going over a third trimester checklist for mama and baby, and if you stick around until the end, you'll be able to see my baby bump in a bikini, which you'd be surprised just how much has grown since the last video. Getting into the checklist, we're gonna start with mama first because it seems like baby always seems to come first, which is fine, but for now we're gonna start with you mamas. These are in no particular order, and I will be leaving links below for any of the things I talk about that need a link or some extra info that I want to provide for you. As you know, staying aligned during pregnancy, especially during the end of your third trimester, is super important. So you want to make sure that you're aligned as possible so that you have an easy labor. And I'm doing that by going to the chiropractor and a massage therapist at the chiropractor's office to do prenatal massages. I'm doing that bi-weekly right now. And the closer I get to my due date, possibly like next month, so a month away from the due date, I'm gonna schedule those out weekly if I feel like it's necessary. Another thing I'm doing is hypno and relaxation techniques. So I started doing this a lot in my first trimester because I had all this time. I had morning sickness, I could watch all the videos I wanted, do all the research I wanted. And then as you get into your second trimester, you're feeling better, you kind of get to doing other things that take your mind off of actual labor. So I think it's important to recap, especially towards the end of your third trimester, to really reset your focus on labor and relaxation and everything that you need to do to have a successful, smooth labor. I did talk about hypnobirthing and relaxation techniques and visualization techniques in one of my last videos, and I will put a link to that below as well. But I think it's super important that you practice these daily so that you have that muscle memory in your brain and that you're visualizing all the things that you need to get through those surges or those contractions. If you haven't already, it's super important that you create your birth plan and your hospital bag or your birth bag list. For me, I'm doing a home birth, so I'm calling it my birth bag list. And for my birth plan, I have emergency scenarios on there as well, just in case, because it's a birth plan, but really it's a birth vision, and you never know what could happen, so it's nice to be prepared for all circumstances. If you're not sure what to put on your birth plan, or you haven't even thought about it, or what's going to go in your birth bag, what needs to, necessities, I've done a lot of research into this, and I've created both of these, so if you are interested in checking them out, I can always send you a copy. Just leave a comment below. After you have baby, it's going to be all about baby and you recovering for the next 2 weeks or so, and even maybe longer depending on what happens in your birth or just whatever happens in life. Scheduling a hair appointment not too long before your due date might be a good idea if you're used to getting your hair done, so that you can just have yourself feeling good right after labor. Also for me, I'm going to be scheduling a Brazilian wax a few weeks out from my due date because I just want to be nice and clean down there. I don't want anything getting in the way postpartum. Another thing you can do if you haven't already is schedule a dentist appointment, because you're not really going to have the time right after baby's born, and it's important to have good oral hygiene just during your pregnancy as well. But if you haven't already done your maternity photos, now is a good time to do them, and I would recommend talking to your photographer about a maternity photo, newborn photo combo package. I know that my husband and I, in our photography business, that's something that we offer. If the mother books a maternity shoot and her newborn shoot at the same time, we give them a little discount. And a little tip is newborn photos, you want to have those done before 3 weeks if you can, because those are going to make for the best newborn photos. And it's really easy in those first few weeks for that time to just pass by so quickly, you don't even realize it, and then sure enough, you don't have your newborn photos done in time. So just make sure that you schedule those if that's something that's important to you. A resource that my midwives and some other people have told me about is spinningbabies.com. This is a great website full of resources for labor exercises to prepare your alignment and your pelvis for labor, to make for an easier labor. And also it shows you birth positions to get into if your baby's breech or if your baby's not really positioned in the optimal position for labor. Another thing I've been trying to do is sit on my birth ball as much as I can. And especially if you're doing a home birth like me, you just want the labor to go as smoothly and fast as possible, since you're not getting any medication or anything like that. So The more you can prepare your body before labor, the better. So the last thing on the list for mama that I have so far is freezer meals. For me, I want to try to still eat healthy after the baby arrives. I don't want to just be getting a bunch of like processed freezer meals postpartum. So I actually found a website it's like a blog, and this lady had a ton of freezer meal ideas on there of like what you can do to prep for postpartum. So this right here was the first one I made. I'm planning on doing 1 to 2 meals a week extra along with like what we normally make. And this is fajitas, so you literally just cut up the meat, you don't even have to cook it, cut up the veggies, and then you just put the directions on there. These meals can all be just like put into the oven really easy on a sheet pan or in an Instant Pot or in a skillet. This is gonna be so nice. Even if you have plenty of time once baby is born, you're gonna wanna use that time doing other things anyway rather than cooking, unless you just love to cook. And this is just an easy way to be health-minded and taking care of your body, giving it the nutrients it needs after you go through like a marathon like labor. So before we get into the baby checklist, I just wanna say that I'm planning on having my husband film my at-home birth. I'm planning on making it birth vlog style, not just a story, so you're gonna actually see parts of labor. So let me know down below if you're interested in seeing that. That also reminds me that on Monday I have my second anatomy scan. On my first anatomy scan, something showed up that I wasn't prepared for, and I'm just going in to see if everything's okay on Monday. So I will update you guys on that if you're interested. Okay, so the first thing on baby checklist is the breast pump. If you haven't ordered your breast pump already, and if you have insurance, typically insurance will pay for either all of it or most of it. So I chose the Spectra S2 Plus breast pump. And normally this one is $300 and I got it for free. So you can order that 30 to 90 days before. I was able to order mine 90 days before the due date. This is the Spectra S2 Plus. I heard great things about it. The other one that was a top performer was the Medela. I'm not exactly sure what one. It's probably the newest one. But I chose this one because I heard really great things about it. I have no idea how this works yet, but I'm hoping that when I see my sister for my baby shower, she'll kind of show me. It comes with some bottles, the pumps, extra bottles, this cute little machine, and I'm having a girl, so it's pink, which is nice. I don't know if they come in blue or not, but it's cute. And then I didn't know it came with this either, but at least mine did. It comes with a banana fish brand bag, so everything goes in here. Luckily, I work from home. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom, so I probably won't be using this that much. We'll see. Maybe when we go to family or something like that. Another thing on baby's checklist is a car seat. You wanna make sure that you have this ahead of time because you never really know if you're gonna go into labor early or what, and if you're having your birth at a hospital, then they won't let you leave the hospital without a car seat, so make sure you have that and you know how to have it installed. I've heard that if you go to a fire station, they can just double check to make sure that the car seat is installed properly, so maybe try that out if you're extra paranoid. The car seat was the #1 thing on my list that I was like, okay, I need to make sure I get this before I get anything else. But a friend of mine was so sweet and surprised us, and she practically paid for the entire car seat on our registry, and I had no idea for like a month. But I did a lot of research, and the car seat that I went with was the Britix all-in-one 10-year life one. You can find it on Amazon right here. I really like this one because it goes from newborn to infant to toddler and so forth. The materials are meant to last up to 10 years. Another thing you're gonna wanna do is start getting the nursery ready if you haven't already. I've kind of been falling behind in that because I had some of the stuff I wanted at IKEA and they've been out of stock just due to like COVID or whatever it is. So I'm just starting to get all that finalized, and you want to make sure that you have all your newborn clothes washed, even if they're brand new. Just have them like washed in a gentle detergent, and you can either hang them up or put them in a tote until you're ready to hang them if you want to hang them. Just organizing the nursery and, you know, starting to do all that nesting type of stuff, just making sure your home is safe, baby-proof, organized. And another thing, if you couldn't tell, is I have my baby shower decorations. So I have a family member, my stepmom and my stepsisters are throwing me a baby shower in April, and then I have another one that my mother-in-law is hosting but she knows that I kind of like to do all the decoration stuff, so she's letting me kind of choose the decorations, and I chose to make some of my own, so I've been working on those. This has been very time consuming, but it's been fun. This is my homemade DIY fabric garland, and the theme of her baby shower is rainbows, and I kind of wanted to go with those blush pink and peach colors, and I've been changing this up on and off and trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. But what do you guys think of it? Are you making your own decorations, or are you having someone host your baby shower for you and you're not even involved at all? Or are you just someone that's simple and likes to just buy them and just get it over with, or no decorations at all? Other items that are super important I think to have are just the essential items like diapers, wipes, bottles, things that you're gonna need the moment the baby is born. So making sure that you have all of those just in case. For me, I haven't really bought her much else that's not necessarily a need. And that I'm gonna wait to do that after the baby shower. The last thing that I can think of for the baby checklist is finding a pediatrician or a chiropractor, naturopathic pediatrician, depending on what your preference is. Just getting a plan of like what you're gonna do if the baby has to go see a doctor or someone like that. It's just nice to be prepared for any circumstance that could happen. So I hope that all of these checklist items were helpful for you, and if you have any extras that I didn't list off that maybe you'd like to share with me that I need to know, then comment below and let me know what those are. I'd love to know them. I'm sure that I'll be updating you with another video the closer I get to my due date on any other things that I might have not thought about that I need to get done. And I did not forget that I told you I was going to share that Bikini Bumpdate photo with you, so here it is. I can't believe how big my stomach is getting. And she's getting so big. Stay tuned for my next pregnancy video where I'm going to be going over my anatomy scan results, and then not too long from now we're going to be doing my live birth vlog. With all that, have a great weekend and I'll see you next time.